Hi, this is Richard Quek here. Welcome to another session of my video. In today's session, I would like to talk about network marketing. And the topic for today is preempt the prospect's objections before it comes out. Alright, before it comes out. Now, this is a very important topic if you are in network marketing. So, I want you to pay particular attention to this particular topic if you are in the business of network marketing. Okay? Now, handling objection is an important skill in network marketing. Do you agree with me? Alright, handling objection is very, very important. When you talk to a prospect, they tend to be defensive. Why? Because they have many objections in their mind. That's the reason why a lot of prospects are very defensive. So you need to handle these objections before it comes up. Alright? The purpose is to make them less defensive. So even if they don't ask you the question, they don't have any objection, then you got to bring it up. Alright? To cover all these objections. Because even if they don't talk about it, I can assure you it is in their mind. Alright, they're thinking about it. So you have to clear the air for them to be less defensive. Okay, so let's have a look at what are the various types of objections. There are 5 main objections that most prospects will have. Okay, number 1, status. Now, status is very important in any decision-making process. Alright, people make decisions based on status. Alright. Now, when the status goes up, they agree and join. But when the status goes down, they will reject. Now, you tell me the truth. When we talk about network marketing or MLM, what is the status in your prospect's mind? Of course, it is down. Alright, the status is down. A lot of people think that it's low class, it is illegal, it is a scam and so on. So basically, what happened is that, you are not going to have a very high percentage of them joining you. So you got to answer to cover this objection. Alright? So, the status of network marketing is definitely very low. So, status low, decision is not going to be a very good one. So, what you need to do is to find a way to handle this particular objection before they even ask you the question. Okay? Now, how to increase the status? There are various ways, but one of the most important way is you need to increase the status by making it appear to be more high class. Alright? Now, rather than MLM or network marketing, which people think that the status is very low, what you can do, replace it by the term franchise. Or, like what I use, VIP partnership system. Alright, when they hear of a franchise system or a VIP partnership, then the status goes up. Alright, the status will go up. So basically, this is one way to handle objection. Okay, this is one way to handle objection about status. Okay, you got to bring the status up. Whatever way that you can think of, you have to bring the status up. Because when you outright tell people it's MLM, it is network marketing, the status goes down straight away, and they are not going to join you. They are not going to listen because they become defensive. That's the first thing. Alright, number 2, alright, objection is about prospecting. Now, I don't blame people at all about the issue with prospecting, because the old ways of doing prospecting is still the same. What they do is that your upline will tell you, oh, sit down and make a list of 200 names of the people that you know. Alright, that is the normal one, making a list of about 200 names. Alright, now the thing is that there are 3 main problems here. The first problem is most of the people on your list, they don't have any business sense at all. Alright, because you know that network marketing is a business. They must have an entrepreneur mindset to succeed. So most of the people on your list, I believe, they do not have a business mindset. Alright, number 2, alright, they know you very well. They're familiar with you because these are your close friends, your relatives, and so on, right? They know you very well. So what's the danger about them knowing you very well? Well, it's so obvious, right? They know you so well because they know that you failed many times before. You tried many opportunities before and you have not succeeded, right? So what they will do is that, they'll say, well, why not you go ahead and try first? Once you succeed, then let me know. Well, that is a problem, all right? Because they know you very well. In fact, it's better to talk to strangers because strangers do not know your background, okay? Now, the third thing is, when you run out of prospect, when you have exhausted the 200 name list, what happened? Well, most of the distributor will say, well, I got no more prospect. I don't think I can do this business. Okay, so basically, the traditional way is really, not going to help you to succeed. Okay, now what I tell people is this: why do you focus on the 200 names? All right, I'm not saying that you ignore these 200 names. You can still approach these people, but then why don't you open up the door to using social media? When you use social media, let's talk about Facebook. Facebook got at least 2.1 billion members. B with a B, billion, right? And LinkedIn has got 600,000 members. So combine these two is already 2.7 billion members. So let me ask you, can you ever run out of prospects? You will never run out of prospects. And the best part is that you don't have to approach all the 2 billion. You can pick and choose who you want to talk to. Alright, you can go to the profile and look at them, the background, the education, what they do for a living and so on. And then you can pick and choose your prospect. And let me ask you, if you have got 2 billion prospect, can you ever run out of prospect in your lifetime? Never. Alright, never. So you got to change your approach from just using the traditional way to using social media. I'm talking about LinkedIn and only Facebook, right? There are others like Instagram, like Twitter, like Pinterest, and a whole lot more. Okay? So basically, the second issue is prospecting. So you got to handle this objection because to them, it's very difficult. Okay? Because they don't have many prospects. Okay? Now, the third objection is selling. When you talk about selling, most people will run far away. Because why? Most people don't like selling. They think that network marketing is a salesman business. You got to go and knock at people's door, pester people to buy from you and so on. That is why people are very fearful about selling. Alright? Now, the truth is that we sell all our whole life. We are the best salesman. Although we do not realize it, we do not know it, but unconsciously, we are selling all the time. Alright? A good example, right? If you want to convince your wife to go to a nice movie, you got to sell to her, don't you think so? Selling is what makes the whole world go round. Alright, but the truth is that, even though people talk about selling in network marketing, they're talking about selling of what? They're talking about selling of household products. They're talking about selling of nutritional supplements and so on. So basically, that is what people are worried about when they hear about network marketing. Oh, I got to sell soap powder, I got to sell all this shampoo and so on, and I got to sell vitamins and so on, right? So that is what they think about, okay? So that is why people are fearful about selling. So that it will be one of the objections, because selling is not my cup of tea. Isn't it true or not? Alright, now, let me ask you a question. Today, we are in the information age. Do you think so? Information age. And if you browse through the internet, there are so many courses out there. Alright? There are a lot of people selling information outside there. It's a big business, right? So when you talk about selling information or selling education, alright, it is a big business. But what about the status? It is not selling vitamins, it's not selling soap powder. The status goes up. So when you sell education program, then, it is different from selling soap powder and selling vitamins, don't you think so? Alright, that is why it's important to be able to design your business whereby you are educating people, you are providing information to people. In fact, I have in my team a program whereby it's called the Millionaire Maker, whereby we have a course on how to use LinkedIn. Alright, and we sell that course. Alright, and when we sell that course, it's a funnel to bring people into the network marketing business. So basically, when people are interested about learning how to use social media, education is nothing wrong, right? It is not selling soap powder or what you call selling vitamins and so on. So it makes the perception is totally different, alright? So remember this, people don't like selling. When they talk about selling, it's like selling soap powder, selling, vitamins and so on. So when you talk about selling education, it's a big business, education, right? So basically, the perception is different, alright? So selling is the third thing, okay? The fourth thing, do believe that people don't like to attend meetings. I talked to people before, they say, okay, I will join you, but don't expect me to attend meetings. People don't like to attend meetings. I mean, for various reasons, people don't like to attend meetings. Do you agree so? Okay, they don't like to commute, right? It takes time to travel from their house to the meeting place, right? It takes time. And not only that, most of the meetings are held at night, right? And for security's reason, it is not safe. So people don't want to travel from their house to the meeting avenue, all right, to the meeting venue, because it is not safe and it is at night. All right, so a lot of people don't like to attend meeting. So how do you handle this? How do you handle this? Very simple. You can organize a meeting over the internet. Okay, you can organize meeting over the internet. Right? How do you do it? Very simple. You can have online video training, whereby you can record training, as a video and upload it into the internet. Upload it to YouTube and have a site set up whereby they can go in as a membership site. Then they can have access to all the various training, and they don't have to attend meeting. They can learn from the comfort of their own home. All right. Of course, for those who want to be serious, they can attend the meeting. I'm not saying meeting is not important. They have to attend meeting. But for those who are new, who are not yet, core members yet, they don't attend meeting, it's okay, but they need to be educated. So you can have an online training for them. All right, like I talk about my program called the Millionaire Maker, whereby, they can go in and then they can log in and they can go through all the lessons of all about the business, about the products, about the plan, about mindset training, about various other topics there, about product training and so on. So basically, they can learn from the comfort of their own home. Now you got to do that. And also today, with the technology like Zoom, and other webinar platform, you can do training at home, from the comfort of their home. Do you realize how powerful this is? People don't travel, but they can access through the internet. All right, they can attend a Zoom session whereby you can do training there. All right. And also another advice I can give you is, basically, you can have a Facebook group, all right, whereby you put in the group, make it a closed group, all right, or a secret group for that matter, and you can put these people inside this group, and you can do the training there, whereby outsiders cannot come in. They have to be invited to come in. Are you with me? Because it's a private group or a closed group. Okay, so this is very important because people do not like to attend meeting. So you have to cater for it. That is one of the objections. Then you got to cater for it. I got online training which you can learn from the comfort of your own home. All right. So that's the fourth thing about meetings, right? Number 5. Today, all right, people are not ignorant anymore. They want to join a team that have got a proper system that can guide them from A to Z. Agree or not? So system is very important. So number 5 is system. All right. Now, let me talk about system and illustrate by a story. All right. Now, if you are in the middle of the jungle, middle of a dense jungle, all right, and I am going to tell you, okay, can you go from this point A and go to point B over the other side of the jungle? All right. You think you can find your way in the jungle? You will really, I'm sure you will lose your way. All right, you will lose your way because the jungle is, is very, it looks, everywhere looks similar, right? So most people are going to lose their way from point A to point B. They will never reach. So network marketing is also like a jungle. You ask your new downline to move from point A to point B. Most of them, 95% of them will lose their way and quit. All right. But if you have a system, all right, whereby in the jungle, you tell them move from point A to point B, you have created a pathway whereby they can just follow the pathway and they can get to point B. Are you with me here? All right, are you with me? So basically, when you have created a pathway, you tell your people, okay, go to point B now. Just follow this path. Will they be able to reach the destination, point B? Of course, they will. Because why? You have a pathway already created for them. So a system is like that, whereby you create a pathway for your people. Remember, people come into network marketing, they are new. All right, most of them do not know, do not have experience. You need to guide them. So a system is very, very important. As the saying goes, people fail, but a system do not fail. All right, so it's important to have a system. The system will guide them how to do the business in an organized ways, with tools, with resources, and with trainings. Okay, so this is very important. So ask yourself, do your team have a proper system set up to make life easy for your people? All they need to do is, just follow the pathway. All right, so basically these are the 5 objections that are in most of the prospects' mind. All right, so even if they don't ask you, you're going to bring this up and handle the objections and tell them all the things that I've gone through here. All right, so I hope you learned something here. Is it useful? I hope that you learned something here, and it's really, really useful, I believe. So let me summarize for you. Okay, what are the 5 things or 5 objections that most people would think about? All right, number 1, status. Remember, status goes up, people will join. What status goes down, they will not join you. All right, number 2, prospecting the traditional way, well, it's very sad. Because why? You're limiting your number of prospects to 200, 300. Give them 500, all right? What's so big deal about 500? You will run out of the prospect list within a few days, all right? Why not approach social network where there are billions of people there and you never run out of prospects during your lifetime, okay? Number 3, selling. Most people don't like selling because they associate selling with selling soap powder, selling vitamins, and so on. All right, but when you change it into something like selling of education, a business program, it is totally different. The perception is different, don't you think so? Right. Number 4, meetings. Well, meetings very important in network marketing, but you must realize that a lot of people who are new, they don't like to attend meeting. All right. So you still need to train them. If they don't come for the meeting, then by doing training online, by using webinar platform and so on, you can still do training for them. Don't you think so, right? You can still do training for them until they are serious, then they can come for the weekly meeting. Okay. Number 5, system. I believe a system is very important. If you don't have a proper system in your network, then you're going to sit down tonight, all right, and think about how you can create a system for yourself and for your team. All right, system is important because, as the saying goes, people fail, but a system do not fail. Okay, so I hope that you learned something tonight. All right, and really I appreciate your time that you spent with me here. All right, if you like what you see and hear, please feel free to like, to share, to comment, and please subscribe. Follow me or whatever that is appropriate. Okay, and that's all I'm going to share with you. And I thank you for your time once again. And this is Richard Quek from Malaysia, wishing you a good night and goodbye.